on reviews that get no views, gives me the blues. Very nice. There will be insanity, no reality. Very nice. Sweet and sour, this is our little mess. Very nice. There's never a show like very nice. There's never a show like very nice. It's time for very nice. Hello, children. It is I, Creepo Leader. You'll probably think to yourself, what is this video and why does it exist? Well, here I am at last to give my detailed review of The Bad Guys 2. That's right, you heard me right, The Bad Guys 2. You might remember about nearly a year ago I did a review of that film, The Wild Robot, and then I did another review talking about DreamWorks trailers, one of which being the trailer for The Bad Guys 2. And then there was never another one of these again. I must tell you, at the time I really was expecting and planning on making a lot more of these videos. There were tons of movies I was going to review or whatever, but I guess I overestimated my time and they never happened. But here we are in the present, in the now. It is I, Creepo Leader, and I finally am here to give you my detailed report of The Bad Guys 2. Now, for anyone who's seen the other videos will know how much of an avid fan of the first film I was. Everyone will know that when I went and I saw the Wild Robot, I actually saw it 3 times. First time was a nightmare. You all know, if you've seen my other video, go watch it, you'll learn. Second time was beautiful. Then I ended up seeing it again in January when they re-released it. I saw it again. It is beautiful. It's funny, I've seen the film like 3 times, but I've only ever seen it in the movie theater. I have the DVD. I did finally get the DVD. I got it at this like store or whatever, but they just released it. It was like $40 on Amazon. I got it for $10 at the DVD store. Great. But when I first saw The Wild Robot, to be honest with you, I kept thinking, Bad Guys 2 trailer, Bad Guys 2 trailer, and it never came. Then when the Bad Guys 2 trailer finally did drop, it was in November. I remember the day perfectly. Of course I remember it vividly. I remember everything clear as crystal. I did not like the trailer. I had my doubts. I thought, oh no. I didn't like it at all. Then I immediately, after posting my analysis of it, and How to Train Your Dragon, that was terrible, but I never even saw that, and it did not waste my time with that bullshit. But I immediately realized that Richard Ayoade, or however you pronounce his last name, would be reprising his role as Marmalade, which was just perfect, you know. I always thought that if we're going to do a sequel, he has to be the villain again. And once I discovered he was going to be in it, I was like, well, 1, you just fucking spoiled it, and 2, excellent. And it was on from there. Now I must say that, you know, oh, he's going to be the villain. I would like to say, like, oh, how do you know that? Well, it is based on a book series. I have not actually read the Bad Guys book series, so I'm not one to, like, talk about things or, like, complain. You say, well, it's a kid's book series. Well, then that's why I never read it. They weren't a thing when I was a kid. When I was a kid, we had Diary of a Wimpy Kid, you know. So yeah, I have never read the books. Maybe I'd like to read like one, or at least look at them. I always like want to buy it when I'm at Barnes & Nobles, at least just one of them, but something always holds me back every time. Anyways, you don't want to hear about that, you want to hear about the movie. So much anticipation, and then it finally happened. And I was so surprised. I went with Creepo Lieutenant to see it. We saw it on August 1st, the day it came out. Mind you, nearly a year ago to the date. I told myself I will fucking see that movie when it comes out, on the day it comes out. Nothing will stop me. And so I did. I saw it then, went to the theater. Not the one that fucked me, of course not. We went to the other theater where I was successful in seeing The Wild Robot. And it was just, wow. I must say, someone requested that I do this review, so here I am doing it. By the way, this was indeed a request. I'm not just doing this on my own accord. This was a request, so here we are. The Bad Guys 2. I finally saw it the day it came out. It changed my life forever. And more ways than one. I can't even begin to explain to you. Disney movies, I must say, are all the same now. They're trash. There hasn't been just a regular old Disney film, I feel like, in forever. It's always just Pixar. Pixar this, Pixar that, oh, that Pixar movie's such a heartbreaker, it's so sad. I don't fucking care. They're all stupid or sad or heartbreakers or whatever. They're trash, and I hate them. And I hate that because some of my favorite films, Monsters Inc., Toy Story 2, list goes on. Wall-E, some of my favorite films are Pixar films. And it pains me to see these Pixar films, these new ones, just horrible ruined. It just upsets me so much. And to see something like The Bad Guys 2 be so just absurdly different, it just attracts me to it. The fact that it is so profoundly absurd and just ridiculously different is not wholesome at all. It's just so fucking bizarre. That's why it interests me. These DreamWorks movies interest me. Universal DreamWorks, I ponder them and it fascinates me to see them. And it blew my mind utterly. I mean, not utterly, but I thought the film was going to be like a road trip because the pictures advertised, which was like my desktop background for like 5 months, and it's still my Google icon, was like the silhouette of Mr. Wolf, like the pyramids behind him, and then you got in the trailer Mr. Shark, he's like, oh yeah, it's a cappuccino. I thought they'd be like going on a road trip. That was the plot of the movie. And I thought they'd go to like Mexico for the lucha thing. No, they didn't. None of that. It was not indeed a road trip movie. Thank God. In fact, the plot of this movie is so obscure. It's so ridiculous. I mean, first we're in Egypt. And this is a fucking character named Mr. Solomon. And if that's not racist, I don't know what is. I knew this film would be racist by the tones of the road trip aspect. I mean, it's not racist. I mean, it could be considered offensive, but it's not racist at all. If we're just simply representing culture, how is that considered racist? It really wasn't racist. It is, I mean, it's funny. The fact that I find it funny, does that make me racist? I don't know. That's not the debate right now. And then they go from that, then they go to this, they go to the lucha tournament with, these, Mexican wrestlers. It's just, it never ends. Then they go to a wedding, and there's a wedding crash. You got the wedding march, and Mr. Wolf's in a dress. It's just so fucking ridiculous. The film never lets up. It never gives you a break. There's no, stop of the action. It just keeps going. There's never a moment in the film I could just be like, let's take a breather and ignore this scene, you know, just take some deep breaths. I could never. Chewing on my popcorn, slurping my soda. It never gives you a break. It's just non-stop. And the animation, I praise it. It is beautiful. The expressions on the character's face. I've seen this film 3 times. 3 times in the movie theater. 3 theaters, 3 showings. I saw it once on the day it came out. Then 2 weeks later I saw it again before I got my wisdom teeth removed. Then, random. Then I saw it again about several weeks afterwards. It's still in theaters. Go see it. I'm not. I'd be crazy to see it a 4th time. Totally won't. But I've seen it 3 times, and what drew me back to see it 3 times? It's just a spectacle. You have to see it on the biggest screen possible. It's just like The Wild Robot, in my opinion. The animation, it blows my mind. Pixar films, the animation looks the same every time. The human characters look so weird. They look like blobs of faces, and it just looks terrible, and I hate it. The animation in this movie is so profoundly, it's just bizarre, it's different. And the same with The Wild Robot. It's interesting, it's so good to look at. The expressions of the characters blow my fucking mind. As an animator myself, I love animation. I live for it. I want to be an animator when I grow up. If I can't be an actor or a pop star or a synth master or the list goes on. Manager of CBS. This goes on. I live for animation. Animation is just builds on the characters' expressions, the way they say every word, and the way their faces look. There were so many intense close-ups of the characters' faces. It was beautiful to see on the screen. So the 2nd time and the 3rd time I saw the film, I had to sit closer to the screen so I could be closer to the characters to feel their energy. The voice cast is just astounding. It's wonderful. The amazing though, Craig Robinson as Mr. Shark, he's hilarious. He really is. And we all know how much I like Sam Rockwell. And Sam Rockwell he is absolutely to die for as Mr. Wolf. He literally puts his heart and soul into this character, and it's so wonderful to see his voice come out of this character and the way he expresses himself and the way the character talks and speaks is gorgeous. And the plot of the film, I mean, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. There's really not a lot. I mean, there's this film, of course, it is toilet humor. And it's a kid's movie, okay? Stop and realize that. It's a kid's movie. There will be toilet humor. I'm afraid to say that's that. If you look, it's like the film Mystery Men, which is another one of my favorite superhero team-up movies. It's very similar to Bad Guys. Mystery Men, Paul Rubens, a great cast. Is it? Wait. Sorry guys, having a moment. What's his face? Never mind. I can't remember one of the actors' names. Anyways, Mystery Men, if for those who've seen it, also has crude humor as such. And if you just ignore that and continue on with the film, you can enjoy it. And that's what I need to do. People, I think, have a stigma against animated movies, especially non-Disney animated movies, because they don't like them. They only like Disney movies. But people have a stigma against animated movies because they think they're for children and they think they're trash. They think that the only thing that can be a big Hollywood movie is like a Marvel movie or like a superhero movie or a Steven Spielberg. Steven Spielberg is racist, sexist, and homophobic. I do not like him. He was mean to Cyndi Lauper. Big no. I do not like Steven Spielberg. He can suck my big robotic cock. Anyways, no, that'd be disgusting. No way. I do not like Steven Spielberg. But people just think that is the only thing that the film can be. And no, animation, in my profound opinion, animation is cinema. When I go to the movie, why would I want to look at real people? I see real people in my real life, every day of my life. I go to the theater, to the cinema, to see animation, to see characters and things I cannot see in real life. I cannot see anthropomorphic characters in my real life, but you can see them in the movie. I cannot see animation. I see real life. And if you go to see a real life movie, what's the point? You might as well be watching real life. Which is another one of my theories that, a film should just be real life. But beyond that, I go to the movies to see animation. And that's what it blows my mind. It blew my mind completely. The plot is okay. I mean, it goes in hithers and yarns. And the characters are creative, are funny. Each character is very unique, very fascinating. It was funny. It had me laughing a couple times. Creepo Lieutenant laugh, which is really good. There was a couple really weird moments, bizarre moments between Mr. Snake and Doom, Susan. Is this a kids' movie? I mean, yes, but at the same time, it is really weird. They get very lots of sexual tension going on between them. And I guess it's supposed to be funny. I don't know if adults would laugh at that. There really wasn't anyone in the theater when I saw it, so I didn't hear anyone laughing. I was giggling, because I think it's ridiculous and funny. But it did make me a little uncomfortable there, like, what's going on? Now, I must say, I do love Mr. Wolf. I was feeling Susan. I was feeling her. The second time I saw the film, I was definitely feeling her. A little bit. Mr. Snake's a very lucky man, I must say. I love her voice. Now, a funny story. After I saw The Bad Guys 2 the second time, the next day I had my wisdom teeth removed. And so they drugged me, and I wasn't exactly asleep. I was like high out of my mind. I don't do drugs. This is a new experience for me. And the whole time I was high, all I was thinking about was The Bad Guys 2. The whole fucking time. So I'm sitting there getting they're drilling into my mouth and I'm just thinking about Mr. Wolf or Susan and I'm drooling and I go, oh, this is so fun. I remember saying to myself, this is the funnest fucking experience of my life. I'd love to do it again. Maybe that's just what getting high feels like. I wouldn't know because I don't do drugs. Either way. But yes, the romance. The romance between Diane and Mr. Wolf. Oh, I was so happy when they kissed. The romance itself isn't actually very good. I mean, Mr. Wolf and Diane have one scene together, then they're separated for the rest of the film, then they're back together at the end when they kiss, and they elope, and they're together. So there really isn't a lot of chemistry or build-up at all. But I think this movie, the creators did something they were very smart in setting up the relationship. And the last film, they set them up to get together in the next film. They did not do anything romantic. They dance together when they're doing the dances, and he does a split. There's they're above the heart. They're literally above a heart, and all this stuff. So they built it up. They heavily applied and built up their relationship, but they didn't do anything with it at the end of the movie. So in this movie, they can. Now, yes, granted, it does come out of nowhere. When he's like, oh, he got friend zoned by the governor. That came out of nowhere. But if you take into consideration the last one, did it though? It's interesting how they built it up and they made it work. It's like Crowley and Aziraphale, but we got what we wanted, but we didn't get what we wanted with Crowley and Aziraphale. Now I could go on for years talking about that, but I won't. I was touched when they kissed. The visual of them kissing and floating in space, the light beaming behind them is beautiful in my opinion. It's gorgeous. You all know how much I love that. Justice for Harambe, yada yada yada, go check that out. But yes, I was absolutely just thrilled by the romance. I'm so happy that we got to see two anthropomorphic characters kissing each other in an animated film. I think it's just great. And not in a weird way, not in like a, oh, you like the bad guys, so you're a furry, or some of that crap. I'm in fact not a furry. I'm a droid. I will have you know I identify as droid. I mean, look at me. Just because you find yourself attracted or you enjoy something does not necessarily put you in a category. It is indeed called personification, internet, and it goes something like this. Giving non-human characteristics human characteristics, or giving something that's not a humanist characteristics. Like me, for example, or like Mr. Wolf. He walks on two legs, he talks, and he acts like a human being. So therefore, you are attracted to him, you pity him, you understand him, he's fascinating. You want to be him. You find yourself, never mind, you find yourself slowly realizing you are so similar to him. Or something like that. You relate to him because he has his human characteristics. It's not, it's not like that, and that's what I enjoy. And yes, Sam Rockwell, his performance is beautiful, and it was just gorgeous. It blew my mind. I bought, I got the popcorn bucket, of course I did. I got the cup, but it's not here right now. Here's my poster, my little poster. I want to get a bigger one. And then I got a plushie, but it's not here right now. I wanted to get more plushies. But the second time I saw it, I saw later showing. It was all like 9 o'clock, but they were like closing everything down. Like, there's still movies showing. Why are you putting them away? So I couldn't buy them. And then I walked out of the mall, and I had to walk. So the third time I saw it in a Regal in the mall, and the mall had closed. So they closed off the portion to escape out into the mall. So I had to leave into the parking lot next to the Regal and walk all the way around the back of the mall, behind the dumpsters and the trucks and everything, to get to my car. I was afraid someone was gonna jump me, but no one did. But needless to say, I've been waiting for this film for a long time, as you know. I've seen it 3 times, and it blew my mind. I absolutely recommend it to anyone who's a fan of animation in general. Obviously, watch the first one first. As sequels go, it's like that trope where the sequel is just as good or even better than the first one, like the Terminator or like Star Wars. The sequel is just great. It blew my mind, and you bet your bottom dollar they better make a third one. They set it up at the end for there to be a third one. It's great. Marmalade, hilarious. The voice cast, I love him. Richard Ayoade, I knew he'd be back. I thought he'd be the villain. I kept expecting him to, like, when his limo floated up, I kept expecting, like, suddenly the doors open and him just be like, what's taking so long? Yeah, like he's in charge of, like, the bad girls the whole time. I really expected that. He did orchestrate the whole thing, but I really thought he'd have a bit more of villain presence. He was still in it though, which is what I love. I love Misty Liggins, the police chief. I really like. She was a major contributor to this one. Like without her, they could never have gotten on the rocket to get to space. So she was a major part of the plot. She's one of my favorite characters. I think she's so fun, and I love that they included her like that. And the animation is great. Like the sequence of them running to get on the plane. Yeah, it blows my mind. Plane. The rocket, it blows my mind. The music is spectacular. The composer, I know his name, but I can't, say it now, of course, because I've forgotten it. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's so very fascinating, the music, but it works, and it's great, and I love it. And the second 2 times I sat through to the very end of the credits. I sat all the way through the end of the movie, and then when the movie's over and the credits were over, I just went like. I clapped awkwardly. I looked around, there was no one there, and I got up and left. It was great to hear the music a bit more. The music is just blows my mind. There was a lot of songs that played in it, like songs, but the choices for the songs and when they played actually worked, in my opinion. I'm not a big fan of contemporary music playing in movies, but I think that they made it work, and they made it work well, and a lot of them played, especially compared to the first one where like no songs played. A lot of them played, and they made it when they worked when they played. There was no song in this one, really. I thought they were going to sing at the wedding when like Mr. Shock puts down the piano, because Craig Robinson can actually play the piano. Any fan of The Office would know that, and a fan of The Office I am. I really thought that he's not funny comedy, by the way. I really thought that they were going to sing. They didn't, but it's just funny. It blows my mind every time I see this film. And Mr. Wolf in the wedding dress, just slay queen. I guess I never did realize that maybe he's like the, dressed up like the grandma, like the big bad wolf, like in Little Riding Hood. But then he did do that in the first one, just slaying. He slays so fucking hard. It's not the only thing that's hard when he's around. Anyways, this film, every part of it, the animation, the voice cast, the music, everything blows my mind. You must see it on the biggest screen possible. you must. You can't take my word for it. You can't take anyone's word for it. I waited for this film for so long. I told you I'd see it 3 times. I did, and I loved it, and it blew my mind. I think it's allowed. There's allowed to be a sequel because it's not supposed to be wholesome. It's supposed to be ridiculous. Now, something like Zootopia, I'm frightened for the sequel because I'm afraid that the sequel is going to ruin the first one, and I've been waiting for that for a long time too. And I've known about it for its existence, the sequel's existence for like over a year or so now. Like, oh, you just saw the trailer, now you realize? No, it's been a thing for a while. But it's just like, I'm afraid that that's going to ruin the first one. But we're not talking about Zootopia, we're talking about The Bad Guys too. And again, just because you enjoy animation or characters does not make you like, oh, you're a furry. No. I love to watch. I see human beings every day in real life. So when I go to the movie, I want to see an animated character, the expressions, the voice. I want to see them come alive in the best way possible. Because I just think it's fascinating. And it blows my mind. And if I were you, I'd go watch The Bad Guys 2 as soon as possible. Now, another very interesting fact before I close this video about Disney and everything. Disney's latest film, Pixar, Elio, trash. Looks stupid, you couldn't pay me to see it. Fucking garbage. There's a pizza brand called Elio's, and they put it on the box. That pissed me off because I eat that pizza sometimes when I'm lazy and don't want to cook. That film was the worst grossing Pixar film ever in its opening weekend. I think it's one of Pixar's, if not the, or just, I think it might be Pixar's worst grossing film. $150 million on like a $300 million budget. Now imagine if we sent that money to charity. I'm just saying. Anyways, The Bad Guys 2, last I checked, had a budget of $80 million, box office of like $180 million. So they made back half the budget, and DreamWorks' The Bad Guys 2 beat a Pixar movie in the box office. I think that is revolutionary. I think that it's great. I think that's mind-blowing. That's never happened before. And it's just important to remember that sometimes big companies, they can't always win. Now, obviously DreamWorks is a big company, but they can't always win. And Disney movies are so child-friendly. Something like The Bad Guys 2, or like Shrek, like DreamWorks movies are a bit more risque, you know, like Mr. Snake and Susan, like Shrek is more adult, they are more adult. The Creepo Lieutenant box went up to me, you know? And it just, I'm so happy that it beat Disney for once. And I have no words. This movie was wonderful. And I'm ordering you to see it on the biggest screen possible. The Bad Guys 2. Go watch it. Now. Huh? What are you still doing here? Oh, well, if you're still here before you go, I found this very fascinating article. Now, of course, I follow The Bad Guys 2 on DreamWorks and all the social medias, and I found this article called, Yes, People Are Still Crushing on Mr. Wolf from The Bad Guys 2. So you see, people, and this is an official USA Today article from a couple weeks ago. This is official, this is real stuff. You see, I've been trying to tell you this all the time. This is one of my biggest things. It is okay to find yourself attracted to him or a character like this. It does not make you necessarily a furry enough. If there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying, though, it's normal. It's personification. Believe me, I find myself very attracted to a very handsome man. His name is Creepo Leader, and he's personified. You know what I mean? Let me read you a bit of this. Nearly a week ago, moviegoers crushing on Mr. Wolf, voiced by Sam Rockwell. The film was released miraculously. Films. A year last year before the sequel was released, fans took to social media to admire his charisma, calling him so handsome with his long white socks and whimsical patterned tie. I love him so much, shared ex-user so-and-so, closing the tweet with crying and burning heart emojis. And I think people on social media are probably really weird, but this article is very fascinating. I suggest you read it. Promoters for The Bad Guys 2 seem to have caught on to this. According to this article, which told me about this, informed me of this, the creators of The Bad Guys 2 have caught on to this phenomenon. There's an app called Waze. It's a Waze. It's like a GPS app. I've never heard of it. I've never used it. And it uses voices. And one of the voices is, in fact, Mr. Wolf, apparently, and they put him on here to help promote the movie. Now, let's, where do we want to go? McDonald's. It's a lot cheaper than, Google Maps or Apple Maps. So let's listen to him. Let's see.
You ready to start, buddy? I feel like heisting. Heisting. Huh. Is that even a word? Maybe I just made it up.
No.
But let's do it. Turn right. There you go.
No.
You're getting to be one of the best getaway drivers out there.
No! They tricked me. They lied to me. That's not Sam Rockwell. That's the guy from the Netflix Christmas special. They lied to me. No! How could they take advantage of a sad and lonely droid like myself and lure him in and download your stupid, your cheap-ass GPS app? Now, I will admit, I used this app to drive to see it movie the third time, and Mr. Wolf instructed me, he guided me. This app sucks, no offense, but it was very poor. I couldn't tell where I was going. It's not like Apple Maps where like there's like stop signs are listed and traffic lights, and it's so much easier. This is like you're on your own. Every now and then his voice will come on and say something. He'll say really weird shit too. Like he was low-key flirting with me when I was driving. I was like, okay, what? Like they have caught on and they are trying to make money off this, but it's not even Sam Rockwell. I'm gonna end the route, guys. Wait, hold on. Resume. Stop. Okay, I ended the route. I ended the route. What? It's not even his voice. They lied to me. They lied to me. A lonely droid is myself, needing love. But yeah, that's up to when I'm back to my life. I hope nobody watches this, because that'd be really embarrassing. If you need me, I'm gonna go cry in the bathtub again.
When I say don't forget to click below and subscribe to the official Very Nice YouTube channel. Subscribe, Jamie.